All right, everyone, we have Tara McKeown and Hal Hershfelt. Jason, kick us off.
Thanks you both for speaking with us. I want to ask first about sort of the problem that North Carolina kind of posed, high and wide on the wings and then crowded in the middle. From both of your perspectives, where were the pockets and were you able to find them? And was it just a matter of finding the goal, or was it harder to find them and thus add up the chances that you normally would have?
I honestly think like our lack of chances, well, we had quite a bit of chances, but came from like just our rhythm and our energy. I feel like we would have moments, like a good 5 to 10 minutes, where we would just be like up in their half, like working it, but then we would kind of die off. I feel like that's really where we went wrong this game. Yeah, they're a good team, and I feel like they were able to expose us, especially like through the middle a little bit, playing those slip balls into our box and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think it was up to us to really turn it up, and we didn't do that. So.
Tara, I wanted to ask you about obviously you've defended against Ashley Sanchez a bunch of times. How was it tonight? How different was it with their maybe playing a different system than, as teammates you're obviously working in the same system. Now they're playing a very different way. How was that for you?
Yeah, it's definitely a little weird seeing her on the other team, but I think we had a game plan and we just didn't execute it as well as we probably hoped. Like Hal said, they were able to find like slip passes in the pockets and behind our backs. So I think, yeah, just going forward, needing to work on that this week.
Jimena?
This question is for you, Hal. How do you feeling to be in the Olympic Games soon? Actually, in 28 days.
I'm really excited. Obviously, I feel like when you're growing up playing soccer, like that's a big dream for everybody, and I'm just so grateful that I've been given this opportunity, and I'm excited to go to Paris.
How was to playing against Ashley Sanchez tonight?
I mean, she's a great player, and she's really good at finding those spaces in the midfield. Yeah, she's a great player.
And for both of you, how is to see the transition of Adrian Gonzalez and now to having a new coach, Jonathan?
I think we knew this moment was coming. We're obviously still going to have Adrian on the sideline and as an assistant coach, and we're really looking forward to working with both of them going forward.
Okay, thank you. Gracias.
For both of you, where do you guys feel is the biggest improvement that needs to be done heading into the game against Bay FC? And what was the messaging post-game from the coaching staff on your performance tonight?
I feel like just repeating what I touched on already, just the consistency of our rhythm and our intensity. I feel like that's what we really need to improve on. And yeah, I hope that we can take that into Bay. So.
I agree. I feel like our energy was just a little down today, and we haven't really had, like Aubrey said, we haven't been shut out since the season opener. So just getting back at it this week and scoring more goals this upcoming weekend.
From your guys' angle, did you guys think that shot was a cross, or did you guys think it was a shot? And were you kind of surprised that Aubrey wasn't able to make that save?
Aubrey's a great player. Everyone has a mistake once or twice in their career, and that just happens to be her one. So we're all behind her. We should have scored 3 goals to make up for it. So it's not on Aubrey. It's on the defenders not getting enough pressure, so she couldn't shoot the ball. And just, yeah, everyone around, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Thanks for your honesty.
Back to Andre.
Hello, thanks for speaking with us. Hal, I wanted to ask you about missing Andy in midfield. I know you two have developed quite a good connection, and I know there were multiple times it seemed where North Carolina defenders were kind of jumping out on and pressing really hard. Is that just necessarily the Andy not being there to communicate, or was that something that North Carolina was doing specifically?
First of all, Andy brings so much leadership to our team. I think that was also something that we were missing on the field. I mean, like, obviously we have leadership everywhere, like Trin, Aubrey, people like that, Tara, but like Andy's really like our central like leader, and I feel like we did missed that quite a bit today, especially when it came to keeping the rhythm and intensity, because I feel like we work really well off each other. Paige stepped up great, though, I thought. Like, she kind of came in but it was just North Carolina was so good at kind of taking advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, appreciate that. And Tara, I wanted to ask you about those moments, especially at the end of the game. You were driving up really high. Was that just you taking space and trying to like force the issue, or was it being directed, trying to go forward as well to try to pin North Carolina deeper?
Probably a little of both. We were losing, obviously, so I think we just needed to get the ball up the field, and there was space in front of me to dribble, so I just took the space and then looked for the passes up higher.
Appreciate it. Thank you both.
Annie?
Adrian mentioned the field, the quality of the pitch today, making it a little difficult to dribble. And from our perspective in the press box, it looked a little rough. So I was just wondering what your experience was of the field today.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, but we both played on the same field, so it's not really an excuse. But could be better.
Thank you.
All right, any more? Jason wraps up.
This was for both of you, kind of on the concept of in a game where maybe that the energy levels aren't where you want, the leadership, maybe there's a player missing or something like that. Were there moments in this game where you're, now that you've had only a few minutes to reflect on it, but openings where a single moment, a harder tackle, or some verbal leadership, maybe critical, maybe positive, whatever. Are there moments in there where you're thinking like, now I think about it, that would have been a moment to maybe, charge the group up a little in some kind of way to spur you on to a better result?
Yeah, honestly, I think that we could have been better at that throughout the game, like maybe being more upbeat in those opportunities that we were kind of crashing their goal to make something happen. I also honestly thought that we could have used some like calmness. I know that like it's all about like balance, right? And I feel like there were some times where we could have taken control of the game in a different way, but we were too frantic. So I think finding that good balance was very important for us, and we kind of missed the mark on that tonight.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tara and Hal.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
see you all on the road next weekend.